very warm welcome to you, ladies and gents, from the Q8 Pilot Channel. It is 1700 Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the latest update from SayIntentions, and that is the inclusion of AI traffic. Both airline and GA aircraft are now included in this update. I'm not sure if we're going to get to see any general aviation aircraft, but before we delve into the details, let us take a look at our flight plan today. And I want to welcome all of you guys in chat. Bad Afron, welcome aboard. We have Sinan, welcome. Gaming Boy NL215, welcome back, my friend. Hello, Roy. Glad to have you here, Mr. Valera. Welcome aboard. Stefanos, welcome aboard. Glad to have you guys here. Mr. Sit Sharif, welcome aboard. Brent Norman, welcome, my friend. And Fly Bry, good afternoon to you. Very, very happy to have you guys with me this evening. We are currently at Seattle Tacoma International Airport in the state of Washington in the United States. And this is going to, I need to still bring Navigraph charts, and it might ask me to log in, but you can already see the traffic, and this traffic is generated by, let me just make sure I have the latest plan here. All right, there we go. All right, so all the traffic that you see here is by SayIntentions. So this is totally being injected by SayIntentions. Now, I've done a test flight. There are a few bugs that I've encountered with switching the frequencies on this aircraft. I'm not sure if this is indigenous to the aircraft or that, some bugs need to be ironed out. But as you can see now, you can see the movement of the aircraft. You can see an aircraft landing there on 16 right in the far end of the screen right there. It kind of landed and stopped right there, but yeah, we're going to take a look at that. We're going to have some fun today, and by the end of the stream today, I will tell you my honest opinion about SayIntentions, both as a company, as an add-on, and whether it you should really consider an investment in this app. Okay, so before we go and look at our actually, let's go ahead and take a quick look here at our flight plan in Navigraph charts here. We are at Seattle Tacoma International. We are departing today runway 16 left through the Mountain 2 departure. We're going to be cruising at 35,000 feet. Approximate flight time today is 1 hour, arriving a little later into Missoula, Montana, in the United States, runway 12, runway 12. And this is actually a kind of a tricky approach because the area there is a very mountainous area. Very quickly here, if we take a look at runway 12, it's an ILS. There is an ILS Zulu, ILS Yankee, but we can see that the platform altitude is 8,600 feet. So this is, again, the very highly elevated area with a lot of mountainous terrain, but it should make our approach a little bit more interesting, and it will give us also the chance to push SayIntentions to the limit and see how it handles the entire flight and the communications with us throughout the flight. So that said, let's hop into one of my favorite aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim, which is the iFly 737 MAX 8, and let's get things started. Now, before actually I do that, I want to show you just a few things in SayIntentions. Now, the interface has their website, their pilot portal, and the interface here has really changed quite a bit over the course of the development of this app. And just very quickly, in order to enable the traffic, you need to come to traffic here, and you need to set the commercial traffic density. 11 is the maximum, but don't go to 11 because it's really going to hinder performance. GA traffic density 2, and I don't want to hear any additional radio chatter. So the only chatter that we'll hear today is the actual live traffic. Now, one thing that you'll also notice that sometimes when you load the aircraft with the traffic enabled, you'll see that the wheels will sink in. I haven't had this issue lately, but maybe in the earlier stages. I'm not sure if this has been fixed. I hope so, but we're going to take a look at all of that today. We're really going to put it to the test today and see how things pan out during the stream. Right, let's power up our EFB and let's bring up Navigraph charts. We're going to put this here to the side. Let me adjust my view here a little bit, and that way we can, yeah, there we go. We're going to push this down a little bit and maybe to, nope, that's not what I wanted exactly to do. There we go. All right, so there we go. I think this is good. We can bring this over here to the side. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to initialize the flight. That's the first thing we're going to do. We are then going to go to the performance. We are going to head to weight and balance, and we're going to read the data from I'm not sure why this step is required, but it is required. And then we're going to go to the SimBrief operational flight plan and get the details here. So today we are carrying 152 passengers out of a 178 maximum. So 152 is the passengers number here. We're going to make sure if we go to cargo that we have this in pounds, which we do. We have 5.3. We're going to put 3.3 and 2. So we're going to put 2,000 in the forward cargo and 3,300 in the aft cargo. All right, perfect. And next we're going to say set payload, and then we're going to go to fuel, and the fuel today for the flight is 11,000. We're just going to round this up to 12,000 pounds. So 12,000 pounds of fuel, and we're going to say set fuel. We can put the taxi out as well. Let's go ahead and do that. 420, and the trip fuel today is about 4,800. So let's put that in there as well, 4,800, and let's say set fuel and complete. Okay, so now the aircraft is refueled and ready to go. We're going to also now start prepping up the aircraft. So we're going to make sure that the emergency equipment is on board, all the documentation is available, and we're going to make sure that both engine switches are in the off position and that the thrust levers are in idle detent. Perfect. Next, we're going to go up here and we're going to turn on the battery switch. Battery on. And we're going to turn on, we need the ground power. So we're going to go very quickly here to the menu, system page, sim menu, ground support, and we're going to set the ground power unit to the on position. Let's cancel the master caution. We now have ground power, and now we have the aircraft powered up and ready for our cockpit preparation. Left aft fuel pump is on. We are going to turn on the fasten seatbelt signs and arm the emergency light. We're going to move up here and turn on the window heat. And we're going to come here, turn on the hydraulics. Trim air is on. We'll leave the packs alone. We'll leave the engine bleeds alone. Actually, we can turn those off, turn on the APU bleed for later. We're going to set the altitude to 35,000 feet.
Southwest 2367, contact Seattle approach.
And now we can start hearing the chatter in the background. I'm not sure if we can turn this down a little bit. I think it's maybe a little bit too loud. So let me see if we can turn this down a little bit. Maybe in the intercom. Yes, we can definitely change the volume. So let me put this down to 59. And put this one here. There we go, 62. Hopefully that'll be better. Okay, so I'm going to also ask the ground crew to begin boarding. Hello there, guys in the back. We are ready to board the passengers. Okay, so that is done. We're going to come here and perform the test. There we go. Excellent. And let's see here. What do we have here?
Okay, Captain. We're ready to board the passengers.
All right. So they're going to start boarding our passengers, and we're going to come down here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard
And we're going to just perform the test.
Departing from Seattle. We are now ready to begin boarding. Please have
Cargo fire test.
Thank you.
Everything checks okay here. Perfect. And we'll also do, I think we've already done that. We need to test our oxygen. There we go. Oxygen is tested. And then we're going to go to the, right here, we're going to test the data flight recorder. And it checks okay. Mach speed warning test 1. Mach speed warning test 2. Stall warning test 1. Stall warning test 2. Checks okay. And we're going to set the adheres to nav. And there's the check there. And we can also turn on the yaw damper. And we are pretty much done here. All right, perfect. Now we can start programming the FMC. So we're going to come here and just go a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. And we're just going to put it to the side. Perfect. So we're going to go to the FMC. We're going to go to position in it. We are currently at Seattle. Kilo Sierra Alpha. Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. And we're going to select
Seattle
that.
Center, Horizon Air 2229,
Next
17,000.
page. Previous.
Horizon
Put
Air
it here.
2229, radar
Routes
contact.
page. And let's go ahead and request the flight plan. Sim Crash Flyer, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Mr. Lumaka, welcome aboard. Good afternoon to you. Ginger Ninja, welcome. Dominic, welcome aboard. Glad to have you guys here. Hello, Ron. Glad to have you here with us this evening. Oh, you live 20 miles south of the airport. Wow. Very cool. All right. So we're ready here. Let's go ahead and load the flight plan. And now we need to select our departure and arrival. So we're going to go back to Navigraph charts. And we are going to go to the departure. And we're going to select our departure today, which is the Mountain 2. No transition, and we're departing 16 left. Now, before we do that, let's go ahead and request clearance from tower. All right. Let me make sure that we have this set up correctly. All right, so we have the co-pilot, and there we go. All right, I think we are ready to request clearance from clearance delivery.
I'll get our clearance from clearance delivery.
All right, and let's take a look here. Now, this is one of the things I've noticed is we have ground. There's clearance to 128. Yeah. For some reason, it didn't switch the frequencies, so I'm just going to do this manually here. And we're going to have to ask him again. I could do it myself. There we go. That's 128. Let's go ahead and request clearance, please.
Seattle Center, Alaska 697. Requesting our IFR clearance, please.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
All right, so they want us to stand by.
I'll get
And-
our IFR clearance from clearance delivery.
All right. So 16 left is the departure. And then we are going to go to the routes page. Everything here looks good. Let's activate execute. And then we're going to select the arrival. The arrival today is the ILS.
Seattle clearance, Alaska 697. We have Tango, ready to copy IFR clearance.
All right. I think he's requested because we asked for it twice. So let's just wait now. Okay.
Seattle clearance, Alaska 697. We have Tango, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Why is it not doing what it's supposed to do? All right, it's saying that it's working on it.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Huh. So we got yelled at. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and take the ILS Yankee, runway 12. And now we have different transitions.
Alaska 697, Seattle clearance, cleared to Missoula via the Montan 2 departure. Then as filed, climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.2 squawk 4545. Expect runway 16 left.
Seattle clearance, Alaska 697. Cleared to Missoula via Montan 2 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 350 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 119.2, squawk 4545. Anticipate runway 16 left.
All right, so everything looks good.
Alaska 697, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.7.
All right, we have also the ground frequency, so we don't need it now. So let's just take a quick look here at our departure from Seattle, runway 16 left. So, no, actually I wanted the arrival into Missoula. So let's go ahead and bring this up again. And now we have those transitions. Now, I don't think that we need any of those transitions. We can see there's you see this area here is, we could actually use the, let me see here. Let me see if we have anything there. No, these are the three, there's MB, or MIB. Well, we don't need that. We're gonna go here, so we're just gonna leave this without, I'm just going to say execute. We're going to go to the route. Let's go to the legs page. It looks like we're going to be vectored in after departure. So let's see here. From Miso. So where is Miso? Let's see here. It must be somewhere here. It takes us direct to, let me go to the flight plan here so we can see what's going on. Let's go to plan. There we go. Okay, so, and we're going to increase the range a little bit. All right, so there we are. This is the runway right there. So Alton, from Alton, we're going to go, let me go to the previous page. And let's step through. That's blows. And then we go back all the way. So that's definitely not something we want to do now, do we? So, you know what, guys? We're just going to leave this for now. We could, there was a route discontinued. Actually, let me just copy that. Oop, what did I do? Erase. All right. Let's go next, previous. All right, so let me select this one here. And we're going to put that here and then execute. And let's see what happens now. So I think that was the, did I mess this up? I hope not. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think this comes here direct. Blows, and then Alton, MSO, Nico, which is this one here, and then from Nico we're going to Jillik, which is this one here, and then from Jillik it would be it would be the runway. Okay, so I think we're good here. That's fine, and let's go ahead and switch this back now to map. We're going to go ahead and turn on the APU. Perfect. And now we can go and finish up our, we'll finish up the, we're going to go to root, perf int, and now we can set things up here. Okay. Good stuff. Let's get over to the menu here. We're going to go to the system page. Let's go back. Let's go to the menu, performance and payload. Now you have all your numbers here. So this is our takeoff weight, which we can if you go back to weight and balance, here you have your zero fuel takeoff, landing, takeoff, and zero fuel weight. So this is for landing, this is for takeoff. So we are going to enter 147.14, 147.14, and that is the zero fuel. It didn't like that. I think it just wants that. There we go. And that gives us a gross weight of 158. So if you go to the fuel page here, if you go to, hang on, let's go to yeah. So if we go, there's a bit of a difference there from the takeoff weight, but that's okay. We are going to enter the rest of the information. The reserves, we're just going to put 2,000 pounds, and then we can grab the rest of the information here. So let's go to the weather, and we are going to key in the cruise winds, which is, let's see here, 232.59, 232.59, and the ESA deviation is 4. That is positive 4. So we're going to enter that. Transition altitude is 18,000. N1 limit is good. So we'll just leave this on the current setting here, 10% derate, and then takeoff. So the CG is 23.2. So that's 23.2. We're going to enter that here. We're going to do flaps 5 for departure. And that gives us a trim of 5.28. Those are our speeds. 5.28 is already set. And we're going to put in V2152. Okay. Let me check on the back there. Hey, folks, in the back, are we ready to go? Do we have all the passengers on board? All right. And that is 152. All right, flight directors on, and auto brake, rejected takeoff.
Yes, Captain, we are ready to go. All passengers are currently boarding, and we should be finished shortly.
All right. So we'll just give them a second there to load the rest of the passengers, and in the meantime, we can just do a final check here. Let's go ahead and set the range. So this is our departure runway. All right, let's take a quick look here on the outside. And as you can see, yeah, this is much better than yesterday. We do have a lineup of aircraft there, but yesterday on the setting of 11, this whole taxiway was filled with aircraft, and I had to wait like 45 minutes before I was cleared for takeoff. So yeah, today is much better. So again, a lot of traffic means there's longer wait times. So there we go. We are ready to go. For the iFly, I import the flight plan with the SimBrief plugin in the world map. Oh, I see. Gotcha. It's a lot faster that way. Yeah, probably. Okay, so we are good here. We are going to go to the second unit. We're going to make sure this is on legs page. We are going to come here to the FMC, and we're going to set this on VNAV. And what else do we need to test here? Everything here checks okay. And the next one is the ground. And the ground is on 121.7. That's ground. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this to ground. All right. And now we are ready to go. All right, let's ask the cabin crew to close and arm the doors. Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check. Okay, we are going to turn on our fuel pumps and our beacon lights, and let's go ahead and request push and start.
Okay, Captain. All doors are armed and cross-chained.
All right. All right, I think we are ready to go now. Please request push and start.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in the process of boarding. Please have your boarding passes ready and enjoy some complimentary Northwest snack mix as you settle in. Thank you for choosing Alaska Airlines.
Requesting pushback and engine start now.
All right, here we go. There's an incoming there, guys.
Seattle ground, Alaska 697, requesting pushback and engine start. We have Tango.
All right, let's
Seattle
put
ground, Alaska 697, requesting pushback and engine start. We have Tango.
Well, it looks like it's repeating itself. Alt off. Let's test that.
Alaska 697, pushback and engine start approved, tail south.
All right, tail south, and we have the clearance from tower. So let's go ahead now and start the push.
System test okay.
All right, prepare for push and start. We want to Alaska Airlines, and we'll just wait for it to tell us which position we want. It's setting up the aircraft now, and in the meantime, we can also test the GPWS. That wasn't the right button. There we
Glide
go.
slope. Pull up. Wind shear.
All right,
Wind
perfect.
shear. Wind shear. Terrain.
Yes,
Pull
Sim
up.
Crash Flyer, you
Obstacle,
can give the
obstacle.
co-pilot
Pull
any
up.
name of choice.
Sink rate. Pull up.
Currently,
Don't sink.
we are ready for pushback.
Too low. Terrain.
currently
low,
I've set it
gear.
actually to
Too
one
low,
of you,
flaps.
one of the members' names.
Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 2,500.
Let me see here
1,000.
if I can
500.
pilot portal.
400. 300.
Departure checks
200.
bypass pin
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain.
To Logan again.
Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. 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 Pull up. Caution. Obstacle. Caution. Obstacle. 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 Pull up.
All right. So let me just very quickly, guys, show you the interface here, which you know they've really done a very good job with the interface. But if you go here to the settings, you can actually select the co-pilot name here. So I have Fabio Arrigoni. He is one of the Q8 Pilot channel members. So he is my co-pilot today. So I just wanted to show you guys. All right, so we're gonna do tail. So they want us to face south. So tail to the. Let's see, tail to the. We want the nose. Nose to the left, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, there we go. Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, and we have the the clearance to start the engines. We're gonna make sure that the packs are off, and we're gonna go to ground here, and there we go. Very, very nice aircraft. By the way, for SayIntentions to actually show the actual liveries, you need to have the models installed. So
All doors in flight and cross-check. Welcome everyone on board.
you need to have the models installed. So I have both the models from Just Flight and the models from the what do you call it? I forget the name of the traffic program, FS Traffic, for Microsoft Flight Sim. So I have both of them. I think where this is good here. So let's go and start the engine. So sometimes you'll find white liveries as well. So you'll see those, but not a big deal if you ask me. But you'll get deliveries if you install the models. You'll get deliveries there as well.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right, we have a good start on this first engine, and we can now start the second engine. So let's put this on ground. And let's see here. This one, we're going to just go ahead and tell the pushback to disconnect.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right. There we go. And once we have the second engine running, we should be on our way to Missoula. 141 FE. How are you doing, my friend? Yo, Crutter and Crosswinds. How are you doing, my friend? Daniel from Italy. Welcome aboard, my friend. What do you guys say in Italy? You say prego for welcome? Prego, I think. I'm not sure. Could have messed that up. All right, so we're disconnecting now, and we can start the engine number 2.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
All right.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
So far, so good. Looks like here's just an aircraft that just landed. It's just taken off right here. So again, you can see the simulation of traffic there, and all this traffic, by the way, is handled by SayIntentions. Now, one thing I did notice is that it does not give you any instructions to hold when there's an aircraft in front of you. Let's take a look today and see what happens. We are ready to go. I think the second engine here. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, that's the wave off. And let's go ahead and ask for clearance to taxi to the active. We have a good start on both engines. Let's go ahead and request taxi to the active. All right, everything's set here. All right, and the engines are running.
Requesting taxi clearance now.
Right, and engine bleeds. Pax auto. Isolation valve auto. And probe heat is on. We're going to turn on our taxi lights.
Seattle ground, Alaska 697, ready to taxi. We have Tango and Victor.
All right, let's wait for the clearance.
Alaska 697, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey November Bravo Charlie. Contact tower on 119.9er when ready for departure.
Runway 16 left. Whiskey, November, Bravo, Charlie. Contacting tower on 119.9er when ready for departure. Alaska 697.
All right, guys, we have our taxi clearance. So far, so good. Parking brake is released, and let's head over to 16 left. The sim is actually starting to look, pretty good. I think after Sim Update 3, and Sim Update 4 also calls for a lot of excitement for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And I do like the traffic injection by SayIntentions. I think it adds a little bit of immersion to the flying experience, and you've got AI for those who do not like AI doing all of that for you. So there's Bravo. Excellent. And this is November, so we'll follow the ATC instructions. Looks like there is again an aircraft taking off there. You'll be able to hear a little bit more chatter once we are on the tower frequency. Again, those models again are from Just Flight and from FS Traffic, I believe it's called. I can't remember the name of the program. It's about the fly-by-wire. What is it called? I can't remember. I prefer pizza. Nothing beats Italian pizza. As a matter of fact, when I was in Italy last, I really, really enjoyed the food there, especially when I was in Venice, because I love seafood, and they serve fresh seafood out of the sea. I mean, the fish was like alive when they brought it to the table for me to pick, take my pick. I was really, really very fond of my experience in Italy. Great food, very friendly people, a lot of historical places to visit. Wonderful, wonderful place to be. Right, again, you can see there the cargo aircrafts in the cargo terminal here at the airport. So again, SayIntentions places or injects the traffic in the right spot. So this is cargo aircraft in the cargo terminal here at Seattle, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is really much better than yesterday. I had like a lineup of aircraft. There were like 50 aircraft lining up, so much, much better today. Okay, we're heading there. It looks like there are a few aircraft ahead of us. So all is good here. And here again, you can see the cargo. Ooh, look at that. The Queen is there. 747. Very, very nice. Right, some more aircraft on both right and left there, lining up for departure. All right, here we are. It is actually pretty crowded here, but let's see. Wait, the thing is, now it won't say anything. So SayIntentions seems like it is unaware of, or maybe this is something that is going to happen later, but it won't tell me anything. Even if I go through this aircraft, it actually won't say a word. It would just let me. And I just can skip all of these aircrafts and go to the very front, and that would be it. So yeah, we're gonna follow the aircraft here, and just so that for increased realism and immersion. If it takes too long, then we'll go to plan B. How about that, guys? But yeah, it's a little bit busy here at 16 left, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit. I'm not sure how many aircraft we have there, so maybe we'll switch here. Yeah, look, there is a number of aircraft lining up there for departure, which is pretty cool. Again, this is very realistic. I mean, if you ask me. 141 FE, welcome to Captain, my friend. Thank you very much for the support, 141 FE. I really, really appreciate it. Very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you. All right. So here, again, no word from ATC thus far, so you'd expect us to just wait behind the aircraft until we are ready. There's a Delta aircraft taking off. The good thing is we don't have any incoming at this point, so it's kind of moving rather quickly. So yeah, let's just let's follow the aircraft here. Very nice scenery by MK Studios. Beautiful rendition of Seattle Tacoma International for Microsoft Flight Sim. Very nice sounds on this iFly 737 Max too, both in the cockpit and in the cabin. Using SI a lot for MSFS, but waiting for the traffic injection for X-Plane 12 since my favorite aircraft is over there. I'm not sure if that's going to come to X-Plane, but I'll be very happy if they do that, obviously. Let me set our heading bug to 161. Yeah, it looks like aircraft from both sides are moving into 16 left. So I am actually tempted, guys, to bypass this aircraft. Well, maybe it's moving along, so let's be nice. Yeah, you have a lot of aircraft on both sides there heading to the same runway. I'm not sure why no aircraft are being assigned to 16 right. Maybe that's that's the landing runway, and that's why we're not seeing any incoming on this one here. So this is just for takeoff, perhaps. And those, I think, are parked aircraft. So that one is an active one. So, all right, let's go ahead and switch to tower. All right, and tell them that we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and request takeoff clearance. Should give us our position.
Requesting takeoff clearance now.
How about your minimum
Seattle
takeoff
Tower,
fuel?
Alaska 697. Holding short of runway 16 left. We're ready for departure. Seattle Tower, Alaska 697. Holding short of runway 16 left. Ready to depart.
I'm not sure why it's repeating everything twice.
Alaska 697, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left. Hold short, you're number 7 behind the A320.
Oof, we are number 7, guys. Wow, that's pretty cool. It actually sequenced the aircraft. So we are number 7. Yeah, it looks like 16 right is reserved for landings. You can see there's an incoming aircraft. I can see the strobe lights there far in the distance. So we are number 7 after the Airbus A320, which I believe is the one here in front of us. So I believe those aircraft are going to go...
2905 short of 16 left, ready for departure.
Yeah, now we can hear the chatter there from tower, which is pretty cool.
Delta 2905, winds 120 at 5, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
That is pretty cool, guys.
Right there, 2346, contact departure.
Departure for Horizon Air 2346.
Look at this scene, guys. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 5, and that's 6. So we're pretty much the last aircraft to depart. Anyone behind us? No one behind us, unfortunately. Yeah, we're the last. We're the very last. Yeah, we arrived last, so it respects the order of the aircrafts incoming to the runway. So yeah.
697, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, winds 120 at 5. RNAV peak, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV peak, what does that mean, guys? Does anyone know? I wish we had this for DCS. Yeah, that would have been nice. How about your minimum takeoff
left.
fuel?
RNAV peak, cleared for takeoff. Alaska 697.
What did he say? Did he request clearance again? Did they actually clear us to take off? How come? I thought we were number 6 or number 7. But yet we have our clearance now to go. Huh. Seattle Tower, 16 RNAV cleared for takeoff. Alaska 69.
2905, contact departure.
Yeah, that would be us. So, you know what, guys? I'm just kind of getting a little bit bored waiting here, so we're just going to cheat a little bit. But that's not right because we've been cleared for takeoff. So we're just going to go through this one here. And we're going to request the takeoff clearance again. Now, let's see what happens if I stop here and I request the clearance. All right, let me tell him to ask for takeoff. We are holding short runway 16 left, so please request clearance from tower for departure. Let's see what happens now. Very, very strange. Yeah, definitely not 100%. So it did, in the beginning, gave us...
We've already got our takeoff clearance. Let's roll.
Yeah, it's saying we already have our takeoff clearance. Let's roll. So we're just going to skip these, and we're just going to go to the runway. Unless that Delta aircraft, yeah, there is the immersion breaker for you. But that's not correct for sure. Yeah, that is
Alaska
not...
697, you're cleared for takeoff on runway 16 left.
All right, that's us. So, all right, landing lights on, runway turn off lights, and strobes. I'm not sure why.
Contact departure.
Not sure why it cleared us when we were number 7, but maybe the guys over at Tower.
Force Sierra Romeo established on the approach.
Maybe they understand that I'm very getting impatient.
Sierra Romeo, Roger.
All right, guys. Let's turn on the auto throttle. Let's give it power here. And we're going to go there. Toga. Those sounds are really nice. Rotate. Buzz rate of climb. Gears going up. Very nice departure. Right, crank the flaps. 1,000 feet.
Alaska 697, contact departure on 119.2.
Alaska 505, short of 16 left, ready for departure.
Switching to departure on 119.2, Alaska 697.
All right, let's switch the frequency here. And we are going to go to Command A. Right. See here,
Seattle
this is...
Departure, Alaska 697, morning, climbing through 2,000 feet.
That's not correct. We
Alaska
are...
697, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 9,000 cleared, direct Seattle.
Right, so we're going to go to 9,000. And we can fly direct to Seattle. Okay, so that's... We need to go to level change.
Maintain 9,000, cleared direct C, Alaska 697.
All right. And we're going to go to direct to Seattle. So we're going to select Seattle. And we're going to put it here and execute. There we go.
Alaska 697, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Right, 240.
Horizon Air 2346, contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Alaska 697.
Perfect. So far, so good. There's a bit of a hiccup at the, at the lineup, runway 16 left. But so far, I think it worked pretty well. All right, let's turn off the landing lights. Runway turn-off lights are off. Taxi lights are off.
Switching to Seattle Center on 126.6, Horizon Air 2346.
Everything else here is good. Excellent.
Citation 7 Echo Sierra, contact Pierce traffic on 122.7. 122.7 for Citation 7 Echo Sierra.
Right, so you can hear there's a Citation aircraft as well. So a variety of aircraft definitely currently being handled by SayIntentions. And everything that you're hearing, guys, is coming from SayIntentions. This is the traffic injected by SayIntentions. And yeah, it looks like we can put this back on auto.
Departure Alaska 505 2000 for 4000. Alaska 505 radar contact. Climb and maintain 11 1000. Up to 11 1000 Alaska 505.
Hello there, Rand. Welcome aboard. On the glide slope, I agree. I don't even use SayIntentions, and X-Plane has no traffic. It's good to see so much progress on the feature set, but I wish SI devoted more development time to getting traffic inside X-Plane. Yeah, likewise. Likewise. It would be great to have it. By the way, we need to... There we go.
Alaska 697, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Right, 310.
Skywest 3712, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Over to Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Skywest 3712.
I really like the sounds of the...
Climb and maintain flight level 310. Alaska 697.
I like actually the sound of the ATC. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty human-like. So it's pretty good. Yeah, so far actually it worked pretty good. So far maybe a 7 out of 10, I would say. There is a lot of... The ground handling of ATC still needs some work in my opinion. But I'm sure those guys at SayIntentions will nail it at some point.
Alaska 697, contact Seattle Center on 120.3.
Contacting Seattle Center on 120.3. Alaska 697.
All right, let's switch the frequency here. Again, this is, I think, a bug, or maybe it's not compatible with SayIntentions, but for some reason the frequencies would not switch. So I'm switching them manually today. Oh, there we go. Okay. That is a lovely view.
Seattle Center, Alaska 697. Good morning. Climbing through 17,000 for flight level 310.
All right, 17,000.
697, Seattle Center, good morning.
It looks like there is a delay between the altitude red and what you see here.
Alaska 697, Seattle Center, cleared to Missoula via the Montana 2 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.2, squawk 1432.
That's not right. We shouldn't be hearing clearance delivery on,
Seattle Center, Alaska 697. Cleared to Missoula via the Montana 2 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 6,000.
What is going on here?
Expect flight level 350 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 119.2. Squawk 1432.
Gave us a different squawk. What is going on with this? That's very strange. Now, that is a bug for sure, because it looks...
697, read back correct.
Yeah, it's as if we're requesting clearance. So that's definitely not correct. So yeah, SayIntentions is definitely not working as it should, as you've seen. So that's definitely a bug that needs to be ironed out. Hello, Carl. Welcome aboard. Renata, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. Mr. Patrick, welcome.
Alaska 697, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Alaska 697.
All right, so I think it's back on track now. It gave us our final cruise altitude. Are you able to see the contrails of AI aircraft in 24? No, you can't. Very, very nice aircraft. I really, really like this 737 MAX. All right, so we've been cleared to our cruise altitude. And so far, I am okay with I like the traffic injection, so I think that part is done very well. I think sequencing the aircraft initially was done very well. So we were number 7 for departure, but then all of a sudden it came back and said, you know, Alaska 697, you are cleared for takeoff, winds, whatever the winds were, and that they cleared us for takeoff and completely disregarded the order in which we were waiting for at the runway. So I'm not sure if I was supposed to just wait and switch to the tower frequency and wait, or you know we should have only requested the departure maybe one aircraft before. But nonetheless, it should have gave us the proper instructions to stay put until our turn came for the departure. But nonetheless, it's okay. How are you guys doing in the back? Are the passengers having a good time? Let's see what they come back with. They're saying something, but I'm not sure what. Yeah, the clouds do not look good in MSFS. Quite frankly, guys, now that I'm used to the clouds in X-Plane, I find it very difficult to enjoy these clouds. Right, so in the SayIntentions interface, in the settings here, we could increase the volume there to passengers. So let's add a little bit of volume there, maybe a little bit there. There we go. And what do we have here? Yeah, I pretty much left everything default here. But yeah, by the way, SkyOps is very nice in MSFS, and both in X-Plane I think it works as well. This is where you can actually request a mission and go and fulfill that mission, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll do another stream, and we'll do some, some emergencies and some rescue operations in a later stream. All right, let's take a quick look at the outside. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Alrighty. So about 5,000 feet to go, and not long after that we'll begin the descent. So TC is, if you look here, we're going to maintain. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah. All right. remove that here and just have the full display. And everything else there is good. Excellent. So far, let me tell you what my thoughts are on SayIntentions. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the guys over at SayIntentions for creating a next-gen app that is based on AI completely. And one of the things I really like about SayIntentions is their commitment to their product. They are very cordial, they are very supportive, very helpful, and they have been really working around the clock to bring those new features. When they developed the checklist feature, which is available to SayIntentions partners, they were not happy with the results, and they decided to scrap the whole thing and start over. And that really underscores their commitment to quality, and that they're really building a name for themselves. So they could have shipped, the feature out, and but they chose not to because it just did not meet their quality standards. And that's something I really respect in developers. Generally speaking, by the way, not in flight sim only, but just overall, I really respect developers that are very passionate and very particular about, their standards and their development. So in terms of the actual product, SayIntentions, it is a subscription-based product. So you're going to have to pay. I pay yearly for SayIntentions, and when the product when it first came out, I was actually an early adopter of SayIntentions. It wasn't, it wasn't great, but I knew that it had the potential. And after speaking to Brian, who's the CEO, a couple of times, we had some good conversations. I felt that yes, this is a company that is worthy of support, and I'm going to support them. And I renewed my subscription, although I have not been really using SayIntentions all that much. And that is not because it's not a good product, but it's because you guys told me that you prefer that I actually speak with you guys and not focus on, radio communications. So you prefer the interaction and the dialogue that we normally carry out on the channel. So, and that's saying something, since MSFS is supposed to be...
697. In about 20 minutes, I'll start your descent.
Alright, so they're going to start our descent in about 20 minutes from now, which is... I'm not sure if that's accurate, but okay. So, yeah, I think... after just, it's you guys that, when I ran the poll, said, no, we really don't want to hear an ATC. We just want to chat with you, Q8. So there is that for you. And greetings from Barranquilla, is it? In Colombia. I hope I said that correctly. And welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here with us this evening. Hi, Q8. Greetings from... Nicosia, is it? Sorry if I misspelled that in any way, shape, or form, but a very, very good warm welcome to you, Air Kerberos 001. Glad to have you with us this evening, my friend. All right, here is top of climb, and we are at our cruise altitude. According to ATC, they are going to have us begin the descent in 20 minutes from now, and we want to make sure that we are, so that platform altitude is 8,600 at Misola. So yeah, it's a highly elevated area and full of mountains as well. So we're definitely going to leave our terrain radar on once we arrive into our destination. Perfect. Cyprus. Hey. My friend owns a house in Cyprus. He's always there during the summer holidays. He's been going there for over 30 years now. And he tells me that it's a beautiful, beautiful country. So I haven't been to Cyprus. It's a country that I want to visit at some point, along with Australia, Japan, maybe. Yeah, those are definitely countries I plan on visiting in the future. Provided, of course, time permits. They're saying something in the back. You can barely hear them. I think we need to turn up the volume for the cabin crew. All right, so here everything's looking good. I really like this aircraft. I like the texturing of it. Not study level by any standards, but definitely very well developed, and it's a very good representation of the MAX 8. You'll notice here, guys, I just want to point a few things out. Notice how the sky color in Microsoft Flight Sim versus X-Plane, and you can see that the color here is more of a cinematic color than it is a realistic one. Same thing goes, by the way, for the overall color saturation. Not my idea of realistic in terms of the colors and these clouds. Yeah, I find X-Plane to have really surpassed Microsoft Flight Sim when it comes to the representation of weather, without a doubt. All right, let's take a look. We are 141 nautical miles from top of descent. The final cruise altitude, the final platform altitude is 8,600, as we've seen. We've seen this here. All right, so let's go quickly to runway 12. That's Zulu. Actually, I think we picked Yankee, didn't we? Yeah, 8,600. There you go. Chile. Also, you'll see here that we have the entire conversation between us and ATC. And yeah, they're going to start us in 20 minutes. I think that's a little too early, isn't it? Yeah, we are 1:35. Right. Speaking of that, let's go to the FMS real quick. We're going to go here and select our speed. So we're going to do 30. And we're going to do 151. 30, 151. How come? Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Okay. So 30, 151. And we'll enter that here. And then 109.3. All right, there we go. Come on. All right, there we go. 109.3. First, we're going to select ILS. 109.3. We'll make that the active. And then also, we're going to select ILS here and 109.3. And we're going to make that the active. Perfect. And the approach course is 117 degrees. So we're going to set that here. Went a little too far. There we go. And we'll set the course on this side as well. And voila! There we go. All set and ready to go. So we can now begin our descent whenever we get the clearance. You know, always, well, thank you very much, Air Carver 001. Appreciate it, my friend. I hope I can make it there one day. Our experience, welcome, my friend. Did you hear about the Level Up update? No, I haven't. I need to use Reshade for MSFS to get the colors right. Yeah, the colors are horrible in Microsoft Flight Sim. What's the purpose of the 2 course buttons in the 737? Well, the course, it's the course guidance toward the approach. So if the course isn't correct, you will not have the right pointer to your runway. And so the course indicator will point to the right direction for your, because heading and course can mean different things. They're not always equal. So you could be flying, you know, there's always the drift. The course is going to make sure that you are on the right course as opposed to heading to the runway. Maybe Carl can explain it better than I have. Nate's Flight Simulator, welcome. Glad to have you here. Night at night. Good evening to you, my friend. Glad to have you with us this evening. By the way, have you guys checked out lately the Q8 Pilot website? And if you have, what did you think of the tools that I have developed for you guys there on the website? I'm just curious to know. All right. They're releasing a version 2, whole new modeling texture sounds, and they're planning to release Max 2. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Wow. Did you check the camera tutorial? Q8. Did you check the camera tutorial? Not sure I follow. Which camera tutorial? I didn't. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Roy. I don't follow, my friend.
Hey, Captain Sam, First Officer Fabio, the machine is coming like a little Cessna, but it's running. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack?
No, thank you very much. We are good. Please prepare the cabin for landing. So the stewardess was asking us if we wanted anything to drink. Why is this so low? Let's see, try to, you know, boost the volume a little bit. Let's see here, intercom, and to passengers, to pilot. Let me crank this up a little bit. There, and I'm going to increase this one also a little bit. Say okay, hopefully that will fix it. Let's see. All right, so top of descent is in 91 nautical miles, and we're just gonna really follow the instructions today and see how SayIntentions work. But so far so good. A great company. There is a great team working behind the scenes so you know, if you invest in this application, that you're in safe hands and that you'll get a product that is under constant development. They now have a mobile app. You can communicate with WhatsApp if you have WhatsApp, and you can get your flight details on your mobile. Amazing stuff, really, that they're doing, and they're making this application really, you know, there isn't really a limit to their imagination, and they keep coming up with things that improve the product. And the price hasn't increased, so all this new stuff and the price has remained exactly the same, so that's good. I think there was one price reduction at some point, but yeah, so I'm very, very happy with them as a company, and I wholeheartedly recommend SayIntentions as an app that will enhance your flying experience, especially if you are looking for immersion and you find VATSIM or IVAO to be, you know, a little bit intimidating. You can definitely go for SayIntentions. As you know, I created a couple of weeks tutorial for setting up the camera like the drone cam in X-Plane, like it's used in MSFS. You love I just remembered now. You know, Roy, I don't think that I have taken a look because I don't think I have the link to it. So have you emailed me by chance? I haven't checked my email in ages, man. I'm really falling behind there. But if you haven't, Roy, if you can just email me again, info@q8pilot.com, I'll be sure to check it out and let you know. Yeah, I don't think you can share the link in chat, but yeah, please do share via email. I created in my Discord. Oh, that is also another thing that I haven't looked at in ages. Hello, Mike Coffee. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. I really am sorry, guys. I haven't really been replying to comments on the channel. I haven't responded to emails. I just haven't had time. It's been absolutely hectic. We had a couple of events at work, and I was really consumed by that. And what is this aircraft doing? All right, I was getting worried for a minute there. And with just everything else that's going on right now, I haven't really had much time to to go through the emails and Discord. So I do apologize. My bad. All right, I'll check it out. If it's on Discord, I'll definitely check it out. Yeah. Right. So here's top of descent. It's in 61 nautical miles. We're still waiting for ATC. They said they're gonna Alaska 970 in about 20 minutes. So that was the last communication with them. And we are still on 120.3. So all is good there. Do we have another? No. So everything is good here. 1, 2, 3. Everything is. There is no further instruction from them. So we'll just wait for ATC to give us further instructions for the approach. Right, we're going to go to... I need to... Actually, this is one of the flights that you really need to have the RW12. And we are going to... So it's 117 degrees and 10 nautical miles. We're going to add that here. And then 117, and we're going to add a 20 nautical mile ring as well, and that should help us a little bit with situational awareness. There we go. This is really messed up right there. So yeah. Okay. Right, here's a nice wing view for you guys. Very nice texturing on this aircraft overall. Hey, Sim737 pilot. Long time no talk, my friend. How have you been? I hope all is good. We have our Texan friend here with us. Welcome aboard. Is 2024 worth it? Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you want. What's your, use case, but yeah, it's definitely worth it, yeah. Glad to have you here, Sim737. I hope things are well. And I was trying to remember the other day the name of the restaurant that we went to eat at when we were in Texas, and I just could not remember it. I was just thinking if it was a franchise or if it was a local restaurant. Guys, Sim737. I think is a content creator. I don't think he was only focused on the 737. I don't think that you've created much lately, though. Got burned out with MSFS issues here. Been 10 months coming out of retirement. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you telling me. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, cool. So, 737 is just really a great guy. I really had a blast with you. It was so much fun. We had a nice dinner with Captain Canada, I think, and we also went to, I can't remember the name of it. And then we went to, I really enjoyed that museum that you took me to. So we spent some really fun time in Texas. I'm very, very fond of that trip.
Alaska 697, when you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 270.
All right, there we go. So now we've been cleared. So they're saying when we're ready, we can descend.
And maintaining flight level 270, Alaska 697.
All right. So he said when you're ready, you can descend to 270. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to reset our altitude, MCP altitude to 270, and we'll just wait there until the top of descent. Startup X-plane, and your burnout is going to be burned up. That's lovely. That's pretty cool. New PC build in the works, and with X-plane 12.3 beta, that's cool stuff. Absolutely. QA pilot, have you tried chase plane, and do you recommend it? Night at night, I have not tried chase plane because I do not have.
Contact Seattle Center on 128.45.
All right, let me just take care of that.
Contacting Seattle Center on 128.45. Alaska 697.
All right, let's switch that. I haven't tried it because I do not have MS 2020 installed anymore, and I don't think that it's compatible with 2024, and I don't know if they'll ever, make it compatible. So unfortunately, no, I haven't tested. But I used Chaseplane faithfully during my P3D days, and I loved it. It was just probably the best add-on for P3D at the time.
Seattle Center, Alaska 697. Good afternoon. Maintaining flight level 350.
I think it was Fogo de Chao. Oh, okay. Was a pretty good.
Seattle Center. Good afternoon.
Was a pretty good choice. Yeah, it was pretty good food. Good news, Microsoft will allow Mini to keep Windows 10 for another year. Oh, how cool is that? Ladies and gents, let's welcome Boeing Corp Mike into chat. Hello, Boeing Corp Mike. Glad to have you here, my friend.
Seattle Center, descend and maintain flight level 200.
All right, I think that's us.
Descend and maintain flight level 200. Alaska 697.
All right, so now it's actually asking us to descend. So rather than whenever we want, and I'm going to set this here to 20. There we go. Now, if I look here, we are about 8 nautical miles from top of descent. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate the descent now. So we're going to go to level change. And with that, we can then go to VNAV. So we'll just wait until we pass the top of descent, and then we'll switch back to VNAV to maintain the rate of descent as we approach Missoula. We are almost there. We're going to turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. All right, and we have begun the descent now. Toolbar not turned off in 2024. Yeah, it stays there, I think. Yeah, one of the, there we go. Now it's, well, it comes on and off, so not sure what's the deal with it. It keeps popping in and
descend and maintain
off.
10,000.
Oh, 10,000, okay.
Descending and maintaining 10,000. Alaska 697.
All right, there's 10,000. Now we can, there isn't really that much chatter, so it looks like there isn't that much traffic in our route. Right, I think we can go now to, we have passed TD, so we're going to go back to VNAV. And what does it say here? Check altitude target. Well, it's at 10,000, so we're fine here. I think we need to extend the speed brakes there a little bit to bring our speed down and continue the descent. What is it doing? It's climbing, isn't it? Alright, let me just go to level change here again. Not sure why it's climbing, but that's 10,000, right? Yeah. Not sure. So that can go. And there we go. Okay. We'll just keep it on level change. And we'll see what happens. Okay. So it wants us to descend to 10,000 feet. Do you guys want to record the landing today? All right, let's see here. By the way, folks, on my other channel,
Descend and maintain 6,000.
right, that's 6,000. Ooh, that's even below the. Why would it clear us to 6,000?
Descending and maintaining 6,000. Alaska 697.
All right, well, we'll follow the instructions. On my other channel, which is the Genevieve channel, dedicated for AI tutorials, guides, and news, things are definitely picking up. Thank you for everyone who's supported. One of the videos I created seems to have, well, hit the mark there, kind of, sort of. So yeah, the channel's been growing steadily. It's a very, very new channel, but I'm very happy with its progress. And again, I'm really getting comments, and it so much reminds me of the time I started the Q8 Pilot channel. And this is the kind of comments that you get, you know, just people, you know, learning something from your videos and appreciating, you know, the material that you put out for them is something that is very rewarding. I've always loved teaching, and so it really is picking up, and I'm very happy about it. Yeah, let us record the landing. You got it, Shivanos. No worries at all, my friend. Right, let's grab the altimeter and check the weather conditions over at our destination. So at KMSO, Missoula, Montana, the current weather is winds are calm, as you can see here. So 0 and 0. Visibility is great, more than 10, broken at 6,000 feet. Current temperature 16. Ooh, pretty nice and cool, isn't it? So all is good there. Okay. It says automated station with a precipitation discriminator rain beginning at 20, ending at 32. Sea level pressure. I don't think that relates to our station.
Alaska 697, turn right, heading 135, vectors for the ILS runway 12 approach.
135? Why does it want us to go
Right, heading
135?
135 for ILS runway 12 approach. Alaska 697.
Why does it want us to go 135? Right, let me just, why does it want us to go to 135? Very strange. 135. That is a really messed up arrival. 135. And then 135 is... Did say 135. Is it, didn't it? Yeah. Let's just take a look here. What's up with 135?
Alaska 697, turn left, heading 095.
It's alright. 095 makes sense. Well, that's 095.
Heading 095. Alaska 697.
Okay. We'll follow their instructions. Maybe I heard wrong. Right. That's 19. That's 95.
Alaska 697, 13 miles from Nego, turn left heading 075, descend and maintain 10500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 12 approach.
Left heading 075. Descend and maintain 10,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 12 approach. Alaska 697.
All right, so here's the instruction from ATC.
Alaska 697, contact Salt Lake Center on 119.75.
Contacting Salt Lake Center on 119.75. Alaska 697.
All right, let's switch the frequency. And let's take a look here. Jillig is the last one. So we could actually do the following. So I can go to Jillig, go back, and select Jillig here, and execute.
Salt Lake Center, Alaska 697. Good afternoon. Maintaining flight level 210.
All right, there we go. All right. So now I think we're gonna.
Salt Lake Center. Good afternoon.
I think we're gonna need to extend the speed brakes because I think we're a bit too high. But again, this is a very mountainous area, so we got to be very, very careful. And I'm gonna go to
Alaska 697, Salt Lake Center. Contact tower on 118.4.
Switching to tower on 118.4. Alaska 697.
right. That's tower. And we need our altimeter settings, so there we go.
Missoula Tower, Alaska 697. Good afternoon. Descending from flight level 190 to 11,000.
There we go.
Alaska 697, Missoula Tower, descend and maintain 11,000.
Now it's giving us a different altitude. All right. We need to
and maintain 11,000. Alaska 697.
all right, I'm going to go to vertical speed, and I'm going to reduce the rate of descent a little bit. That should help us with the speed as well. And we are... I'm not sure if we should... let me just go to approach here. Alright, we've captured the localizer. And we're definitely high. Increase this to 3,500. Speed is too... yeah. We could always make a turn and go back. Let's turn on our landing lights. Alright, I think, guys, we are way too high. So, we're definitely, that's the runway, so definitely not going to work for us. So let's go ahead and ask let's go ahead and declare a go around and ask ATC to.
Cabin is ready.
Not sure what she's saying. Oh, she's saying cabin is ready. Okay.
Got it, Sam. I'll let ATC know we're going around.
Traffic.
Right, no instructions from ATC thus far.
697 executing a go-around.
Maintain vertical speed. Maintain.
Alaska 697, roger, go-around approved.
Maintain.
Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 10500. Expect ILS runway 12 approach.
Was it 1050?
Alaska 697, wind 340 at 14, runway 12, cleared to land.
Clear of conflict.
All right, we want to go to.
Cleared to land, runway 12, Alaska 697.
Again, now they're not following what we're saying, and I'm not sure what. So let me cycle the flight directors. All right, and we're just going to take over. And now if we go to. All right, so that's. We can go to CMD now. Yep. Excellent. And we're just going to go around and come back on the other side. And that's why the autopilot wasn't engaging, and we needed to cycle the... Alright, so we'll leave that alone now. We're going to arm the speed brake. And we're going to set the auto brake there. Yeah, the go-around was inevitable. We had to do it. There was no way that we were going to be able to land the aircraft. So we're just going to climb to 900,000.
Short of 12, experimental 7 Charlie Tango.
And we're going to head back now to, let's go to heading select. There we go. Okay. So yeah, obviously they cleared us again to land, but that wasn't correct. So the instructions from go round were not correct. But that's okay.
Experimental 7 Charlie Tango.
We're just going to have to, yeah, we'll go back to 900,000 and we'll ask ATC to vector us in once again for another go at the approach. This was expected again with this area here. This is something that is very likely to happen. So there we go. That's our 20 nautical mile ring. Again, great for situational awareness. I just want to make sure that we don't hit the mountains there. So we've got to be careful there. So yeah, we can see there's top of descent here. So, but I want to clear the mountain range, and then we'll request the descent again towards the runway. Beg your pardon, that was the top.
7 Charlie Tango ready to go, straight out.
So we're just going to go, and that's the airport right there.
For takeoff.
So we're just going to go a little bit further
for takeoff,
and then head back and land the aircraft. So this is our runway right here. That's runway 12. So we're just going to fly parallel to the airport, and we'll get some distance, safe distance there for the aircraft for the maneuver, because there are mountains there as well. So we want to make sure that we have sufficient, sufficient area to maneuver the aircraft back to the. All right, let's tell them that we're going to attempt another. Please provide ATC with our current position and intent to make another attempt at runway 112.
ATC of our go-around and request for another approach to runway 12.
Right, there we go. That's set up. And let's see here.
Alaska 697. Performing a go-around. Climbing to 10500 feet. Runway heading. Requesting vectors for another approach to runway 12.
So pretty nice scenery here.
Alaska 697, go around approved. Climb and maintain 10500, fly runway heading. I'll vector you for the ILS runway 12 approach.
I think it thinks we are in the opposite direction because it says fly runway heading. So I don't think that it's aware of our current position or what our intentions are. But here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to... I think maybe we need to go 1,000 feet more. So I'm going to go to... Oh, by the way, the speed is too much here. So let me go back to 240 knots. There we go, 240. And we're going to go to 10,000 feet. So I'm going to do a level change here. There we go. So we'll go 10,000. Just I want to make sure that we are safe when we maneuver the aircraft and head over to runway. And once we are ready, then I will ask for ATC to vector us in. It hasn't really handled this situation very well. Just tuned in. Would you recommend SayIntentions? Yes, absolutely. 10,500. Okay, so let's go to 10,500. There we go. Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mike Coffee. Appreciate it, my friend. All right, so that's 240. Our final speed is 150. Was it 151? Let me take a look here. 151 indeed. Okay. So let's just give ourselves some time before we request the vectoring back to the runway. So we are now at the... This is the 10 nautical mile. And we are at 10,500. Okay, so we are at the right altitude, safe altitude. This is really nice scene, though. Look at those clouds. Looks really nice. Okay. Now, this is here. This, you see this little dotted line? This is the course. This is course 117 for the ILS runway 112. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time here. And maybe we'll slow down the aircraft once we reach the 20 nautical mile ring. And then we'll ask ATC to vector us in runway 12 again. So far, this flight has been very good, but not perfect in terms of SayIntentions. We were too high. We've received conflicting altitudes. So again, I think when there is like elevation, I think that's when it throws off SayIntentions. And so far, we haven't heard any traffic after we left Seattle. So I'm not sure if it's because of my settings or, you know, that there's no traffic. I really don't know. But yeah. All right. So we are approaching the 20 nautical mile ring here. So let's go ahead and request the vectoring to runway 12. All right. I think we are good here. Let's go ahead and request vector to the ILS runway 12.
Roger that, Sam. Requesting vectors for the ILS approach to runway 12.
All right, let's see what happens now.
Alaska 697, requesting guidance for the ILS approach to runway 12.
All right. We're
Alaska
waiting.
697. Something went wrong on this end and I wasn't able to do the math on the vectoring approach. This has been reported as bug, but you'll need to get yourself to the approach fix.
Ooh. How about that? Now, isn't that cool? All right, so it looks like SayIntentions has encountered a bug and it wasn't able to guide us.
Hotel Juliet, ready to go straight out.
All right, now we can hear other aircraft
Hotel
as well.
Juliet, winds calm, runway 8 cleared for takeoff. Safe travels.
So let me set up our heading here.
Juliet.
And we are also going to descend to 8,000. There we go. We're going to go level change. We're going to reduce our speed to 205 knots. There we go. All right. All right, so we are about 20 nautical miles. We want to go to 8,000. We do have the ILS frequency here. We're going to go flaps 5. There we go, flaps 5. We're going to reduce the speed to 160 knots, 70 knots, I think. There we go. We're going to go approach. There we go. All right. So it wanted us to. It couldn't do the calculations there, and I think it actually lost track of where we are earlier. So there we go. We have the glide slope needle now, and we have the localizer as well. We'll stay on this current heading here, 17. Everything's looking good. All right. Please announce our intentions to land runway 12.
I'll let ATC know we're planning to land on runway 12.
All right. We're doing good here. Let's go ahead and so this is the 10 nautical mile ring.
Alaska 697, we are planning to land on runway 12.
All right, let's see what they say.
Enter left downwind, runway 12.
All right, let's see here.
Entering left downwind, runway 12, Alaska 697.
All right, so it looks like we've been cleared to enter the downwind for 12, and I can see the runway there in front of us. It looks like we've captured now the localizer.
United 2620 holding short of 12, ready for departure. United 2620, winds calm, runway 12 cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, 12, United 2620.
All right, all is good now.
Tower, United 639 established on the RNAV-Y runway 12.
That's the runway right there.
Roger.
So we're doing okay so far. This is our 10 nautical mile ring. We're looking good. ATC are informed of our intentions. SayIntentions is a good program, but with many areas for improvement. It has quite a few flaws and tends to have many bugs, much more than beyond ATC. Yeah, because it is not scripted. It is totally AI. So yeah, it does have its
Alaska
bugs.
697, just a heads up, go-arounds are still a work in progress with SayIntentions. So we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here.
All right, okay. All right, let's get a little change. Let me reduce our speed to our approach speed, which is 152. So it's saying, it's telling us that that it's work in progress. I'm not sure why the guidance there is not working. All right, let me go to flaps 15. And we're going to lower the landing gear. Let's come over here. We're going to go to FCR. And we're going to hit on record. And record will begin from here so that I don't forget it. And there we go. We're going to hand fly this probably for the most part. Right, everything else is set. So it's just telling us that go around is something that's still work in progress. Right, I'm not sure again why the guidance is not working. Let me try this again from here. Yeah, it just doesn't want to do it. Alright folks, here's what we're going to do. We are at 152. We are going to go to flaps 30. And I'm going to disconnect the autopilot and hand fly the aircraft. There we go. Alright, so my aircraft. And we'll have some fun hand flying the max. We need to increase our rate of descent a little bit. But it's always a joy to hand fly this aircraft, so that's exactly what I'm going to do for the rest of the approach. It's just things are not going as intended today. So always a pleasure to hand fly this aircraft, though. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, all's good here. And let's see here. Altimeter is 3010. We have the runway in sight. Visibility is great, so no issues there. We're still a bit too high, so we want to make sure that we descend. So I am descending at a faster rate now, just so that we are on the glide slope and on the localizer. We need to make a turn here a little bit.
2,500.
Good thing that we have the runway in sight. There we go. We're correcting things now. And we'll make slight changes here as we approach the runway. We'll keep the speed. And we'll disconnect the auto throttle just before we are closer to the runway. There we go. We should be fine. A little bit of, says wind calm, but I can feel some wind coming from the left.
1,000.
Right, 1,000 feet. We're going to disconnect the auto throttle.
$400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And the reversers aren't doing what they're supposed to do. One reverser only deployed.
Alaska 697, contact ground on 121.9er.
All right. And we made it, ladies and gents, after a very long flight. Welcome to Missoula.
Switching to ground on 121.9er. Alaska 697.
That is not the right frequency, I don't think. But we finally made it. So let me retract the flaps. Actually, before we retract the flaps or do anything, let's take a quick look at the replay. So let's stop that. And we are going to play here. We can skip all of that.
Ground. Alaska 697.
1,000.
Cleared of runway 12. Good afternoon.
All right, there we go.
Ready to taxi to the gate.
All right. So there's for your viewing pleasure. Thank you very much. Glad you liked the landing.
Listening on 121.9er.
All right, there we go. That's us right there. Ooh, look at that. Pretty nice scenery, isn't it? I think this is a nice view there. There we go. It's a pretty cool landing. Yeah. And then only one of the reversers deployed for some reason. Yeah. Alright, let me go here. We're going to put it there. And we're going to remove that. And now we can have control of the aircraft. Why is it not moving now?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Is it still on this record thing? Alright, you have control. Alright, now move please. There we go. Thank you. Alright, let's retract the flaps. First we're gonna disarm, and then we're gonna retract the flaps. We're gonna come here, this goes off. This goes to steady. Those are off. And taxi lights on. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU. And slow down the aircraft a little bit. We're going to cross the runway here. Now, this is a default scenery in Microsoft Flight Sim, so it is really very, very bad. But that's okay. This actually was a fun flight, and it was a good test, really putting SayIntentions to the test. And I think what we've experienced in this flight is testament to both how cool SayIntentions is and how still immature it is in terms of, you know, really replacing real human beings to do ATC. So I think it really needs a lot of work to become perfect, but definitely has the potential. And yeah, I'm quite happy with what we've seen, especially the traffic injection. I think it's pretty cool, though I don't see any aircraft in this particular airport, and I'm not sure there's any marking. It looks really strange, but anyway, that's good. We're gonna come here, and let's see. We can now, there we go, the APU is on, so we're going to turn this to the APU bleed. We're going to turn off the engine bleeds, and there we go, engines 1 and 2 can go off. These are off, and we can turn off the position light. And let's see here. We'll put this on the APU, and we can now turn off the anti-collision light. Yeah, it's already off. We're going to turn this off, and now we can come here, and we're going to come to GSX and request deboarding. We'll pick anything. American Airlines is just fine. And there we go. Of course, you're going to have the ground services all over the place now. But nonetheless, I think this was a pretty cool flight. From A to Z, we used SayIntentions. We used the feature of the co-pilot. Now, my concluding remarks is what I just told you guys. I think that SayIntentions really is a next-gen app, a very innovative application for flight sim that utilizes artificial intelligence to create a full air traffic control service in the sim. It is jam-packed with features, but unfortunately, it is still immature in terms of handling different situations. I think for very basic operations, I think it'll be fine. But I think for complex operations, I think it still needs improvement, but it definitely shows promise. It's an app that is backed up by an excellent team and a team that is very passionate about this product. It works for Microsoft Flight Sim 24, 2020, X-Plane 12, P3D. So definitely worth the price, the asking price of the application. Well, this brings us to the conclusion of our stream today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. I will be, guys, with you again during the weekend, I hope. But until then, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a great day.